Hey YouTube friends, welcome to my channel, Living Life with Mama. I'm Mama. In today's episode, we will be doing our first paycheck budget of January. So I did receive a paycheck on January 15th, and I'm going to go ahead and budget this out. Now, real quick, because I only get paid twice a month, my paycheck that I get paid on the 15th will be paying for the rest of the months of the bills. So let's go ahead and get started and let's see what we can do. So real quick, January so far, all of my bills have been paid for. I'm going to go ahead and catch up some of the bills that have been paid for, but I have not written for January. So I'm going to go ahead and get out my pink marker. Okay, so my daughter's life insurance was paid for, so $22.01. My car insurance was paid for of $144.68. And my life insurance was also paid for of $62.28. So let's see, rent, child support, care credit was paid for, life insurance in Capital One was paid for, car insurance in Target was paid for, my life insurance was paid for, Sam's Club was paid for, and my Kohl's was also paid for. That is blue. It was $30 or $34. So this reminded me, so an update on my credit cards. I have paid all of them off except for my Care credit card. If you keep up with me and watch all of my videos, I do talk about in a previous video about my debt and with my credit card, how I'm going to be paying that off. I'm still kind of debating. I really would like to have my Care credit paid off within 2 months, but then I'm like, okay, I got some comments with some of you and you're like, if you pay the full $600 and get it paid off, that's fantastic, but you're not going to be able to do anything else. And so that's kind of making me debate, because I'm like, okay, would having the money for the next couple of months until this Care credit is paid off is more important than having interest or not. So it's just because it's a very high interest rate. So I'm just like, I'm kind of coming against the end of the line type of thing where I will not have any interest on these charges that are on my account. Now, I probably could pay more than $300 depending, but even though I paid my Capital One card off, I've already used it for some things. So I will have a Capital One payment, but it's under $100, which I could do. I think it's actually like $43, something like that. Everything else is paid off. So I'm just like, I'm kind of still debating. Once I get my February child support, then I will probably figure it out. Okay, so we'll just see what happens. Okay, but everything is paid off. My Target card is closed. My Sam's card is closed. My Kohl's is not as of yet because I'm waiting for it to completely go through. And then I also just haven't had a chance. We're back at school and work now, and it's just been a little bit hard to be able to do anything outside of what work and school allows. So I'm going to go ahead and update my monthly expense tracker. Actually, the only thing I'm going to update is my paycheck. So this is my paycheck one. I received on the 15th $1,031.56. I received my second payment of child support on the 13th of $92.32. Okay. I will fill this out later, the rest of my bills. Why isn't Kohl's on here? I need to write Kohl's on here. I'll figure this out. So when I went ahead and paid for Kohl's, I paid for the monthly payment and paid it off like all together instead of making two different payments. So I have to go back to my notes to figure out how much of the payment that I paid. Actually, hold on. No, because I can't even do it here because I did it all together. So this is the month of January 2025. This is my first paycheck. Of the month. And I actually received a little bit more than $1,031.56, but if you had watched my child support video, I believe it was in that I explained that the Advent book box was a scam, and the bank had given me a temporary credit, and then the third party company credited me it. So the bank had to take back their credit, and that came out. And so I had like $30 in my account, and I deducted that from the reverse credit that the bank was doing. And so the remaining of that credit actually came out of this paycheck. I'm not going to put that in here. I am just going to write that I got paid $1,031.56. It's just easier. This paycheck is a little on the low side. I do still have $10 in tithing. We haven't been to church for quite some time, and I am so proud of myself that it has sat in my wallet and I have not touched it. Instead of 10 like I did with child support, I will be taking out $5. At least it's something. Something is better than nothing. That is definitely true. I am left with $1,026.56. I need half of my rent because I get paid twice a month and I just divide it by 2. So I pay $9.50 a month divided by 2 equals $475. And then I already paid my daughter's life insurance, the car insurance, and my life insurance. Technically, my cell phone payment has already came out because I got paid, I think it was like a Wednesday, and that is the 15th. My cell phone was due on the 16th, and it's already the 18th. So I already paid this, which is fine. That was $106. My internet, hold on. Okay. I forgot to grab this. Okay. My internet is $46. $46.99. Okay. My Spire bill is a little bit more than I wanted, but that's because we had a lot of days that was in the negatives. So my heat ran a lot. Now I have my heat lower than most people. It's not freezing in our house, but it's cold enough that we still need to wear hoodies and sweatpants and maybe a blanket, but it's taken the chill off so that my heat doesn't constantly run and run and run. But with the negative temperatures, it ran more than what I wanted, but it didn't stay on constantly, which I'm proud of and happy for. I try to budget $100 per month for Spire and $100 per month for Evergy. Spire is our gas, Evergy is our lights and electricity and everything. But like I said, Spire is a little bit more. It is $108.61. Now we did go through a snowstorm. We didn't lose power. Thank the Lord for that we didn't lose any of that. And we were also off for 3 weeks, an additional week than what we expected. Then my Evergy is $71.92. Now I kind of look at it as like I budget $100 per Spire and Evergy, so a total of $200 among the two. Because my Evergy is below 100, it kind of evens out. Now, if both my Spire and Evergy were both over 100, then we need to do something to cut costs. We need to, make sure everything's unplugged. We need to make sure that we're turning off lights, stuff like that. But because Evergy is still under 100, then we're good. And then my renter's insurance is $33.74. So let's go ahead and add this together and see what we have. Okay, so we're at a total of $842.26. I'm going to go ahead and take $1,026.56 and subtract $842.26, and we are left with $184.30. So I do not have any regular bills. I don't have any credit cards. I'm not going to do any games or anything, so I'm going to skip that. I do not need gas, so I don't need that. I'm going to X this. Sorry, no. Groceries, we're going to come back to. Eggs, I don't need that. So I'm going to kind of go through these. I don't have a whole lot to work with. I don't want to put a whole lot into things. I just want to go through to see if there's any of my cash envelopes that I need money in. Now, I don't want to do this, but at the same time, I may have to. So this paycheck is a lot lower. Now, I thought I was actually going to get paid like maybe 800, 700, stuff like that, which I'm glad I didn't, because I only worked 5 days of the pay period, but I believe we got paid Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day, which adds 4 days onto my paycheck, which would make sense of why I was paid a little bit over $1,000, but I wasn't paid what I had been getting paid. Now, a contract hourly employee, which means I have to renew my contract every school year, but I'm hourly, I'm not salary. So that means that I don't get the same salary every month. I have to physically clock in and clock out every day for my hours. But then I got an extra week off. But the way that our job works is that you have to have at least 1 day worth of PTO in your bank. You can't zero it out, I guess. We were off for 5 days, and I requested PTO for all 5, which I didn't know that that's what you could do. I'm still learning. I probably read it. I probably saw it, whatever, but I'm still learning that. That's something that I would be able to remember, stuff like that. So I got paid 4 days for the extra week that we had off, which is fine. So my next paycheck is probably going to also be a little on the low side. I'm probably not going to get back to my normal paydays until probably the middle, possibly even the end of February, because Monday we're also off because it's Martin Luther King's birthday, and I don't think we get paid for that day. So it is okay. It's fine. I'm not getting paid a whole lot, but it's enough to pay the bills. So with that, if I don't have enough money, I'm probably going to use my Capital One card. I don't want to use it for that. I want to be able to have cash to be able to pay for things, but I don't have 5 credit cards anymore. I only have the one, and I'm going to stay strong, and I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to be more thoughtful through it and thinking through it, all of that. So I'm going to quickly go through any household expenses and see if I need anything. I did use my credit card to buy my coffee. It's a little under $100, actually a little under $90. I do not have to pay for shipping because my best friend works at the coffee. She actually roasts the coffee. Now, could I go somewhere and get cheaper coffee? Yes. But eventually I may have, but I really don't want to. It's a small mom and pop coffee, which is why it's expensive. It is a Christian outreach coffee shop, meaning that they do a lot of missionary work. They do a lot of work in the area of things that happen around in the area. I don't know if I can actually say it in the video, so I'm not just bad things, you know. It's not in the hood, but it's in like bad parts of area, if you kind of understand, okay? So they're doing a lot of good. They are doing missionary work. They do Bible studies at the coffee shop, all of that. And so I feel like I can at least do something like that to support. Now, if the prices rise again, I'm probably not going to be able to do it. So I was low on coffee, and I need to be able to figure out how often I buy coffee. I actually don't know. I buy a big bag of 5-pound coffee, ground coffee, but I don't know if I buy it every 3 months, every 4 months. I need to figure that out so then I can take $100, divide it by however many months I take in between the two, and then divide that by 2, and know that every single month I have to put that to the side so I'm not using my card. With that, I do have 20, 25, what in the world? That should not be like that. Okay, 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I do have $50 in coffee. I want to put at least 5. At least 120 is what's going to go towards groceries. That's usually what I budget for. I would like it a little bit more, so it's less swipes that I have in my Cup of One, but I want to be able to put some cash in some places. So I'm going to put coffee here. I'm actually going to put 184.30 and then minus 5. Coffee amount. Oops. Okay, I'm still getting used to this. That was the one thing that I wish I could figure out, of like that this would be able to line up with this, but I want to put the due date on there. So I don't know. It is what it is. It's fine. Okay, like if I were to put like a third one, like row right here, but not have the rows here, that would be awesome. But it is what it is. Probably could figure it out, but it would take a lot. All right, coffee, I'm going to put $5. Because now that I've just bought coffee, I probably have maybe 2 weeks worth of the coffee that I'm on now, and then I have a 5-pound bag now. I want to write on here 115 last bought. And then I want to put okay, so 115 last bought. So maybe that will help me to know. Another thing that I want to do is get a month ahead. Right now I have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to go ahead and do $5 on month ahead. For my expenses, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and I know that I'm going to want to buy some stuff for my students that I work with, and then the classroom that I am in. For right now, I'm just going to do $5. I know that that's not going to be enough, but at least it's something. Okay, And then I know I want to do something for my daughter for Valentine's Day, but let's go ahead and continue to go through, date night. I want to put a little bit more in here on the 25th, I believe. My coworkers and I are going to go out, like do like a winter party thing, and it's like a pool bar. I don't know exactly what all I'm going to do. Maybe have one drink, maybe play a game of pool. I don't know. I think I'm going to do, let's see how much 20 would go in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do 20. I know that seems like a lot. Like, why are you doing this? So let's back up a little bit. So if you don't know, date night means anytime I myself go out, no matter if it is a date or go out with friends, or maybe like if I wanted to go to the movies on my by myself, whatever the case may be, that is for this night. And also date night, I've included any employee things. So like our winter party at the pool bar would be under date night. So this may get me possibly some food. I don't think it will get me food, a drink, and play a game of pool. I don't plan on drinking, but maybe I would enjoy like a glass of wine. I don't know. I may not even do that. I don't know. But I know that I want to go to it. So that is why I'm going to go ahead and do $20. And I'm still at $154. Something is better than nothing. And it's not about perfection. It's about getting better. So that is why I'm just explaining and stepping through my steps of my chaos, I guess is what you can call it. All right, so let's kind of keep going through my debt/credit cards. So even though I'm technically in some form about 90% debt free, I still want to put some money on my debt/cards. How I would like it is that I would use this to pay for my Capital One, whether it's the monthly payment or completely paying it off, depending on how much I have to it. So I'm not having to make a huge payment out of child support. That is the goal. Right now, I do have 11. What I think I'm going to do is do 9. Sorry, 9. And that's going to make it a total of 20. So I'm going to do $9 here. Now I'm going to go through and look at my daughters. So let's go ahead, jump to Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day does have a little bit of money. Okay, so these ones are from the games that I did. So that's always a good thing too. So I have $2 in Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, we're going to do 8 because that gives me a total of 10. Okay, it may not get what I have gotten my daughter in the past. My daughter is 12, almost 13. As she's gotten older into other things, I don't get her like kitty stuff. I get her facial things, maybe a new makeup brush set. I usually get a stuffed animal, something that's a Valentine theme, and then her favorite chocolate, something like that. But I gear towards like teenager things, bath bombs, stuff like that. So I don't know if $10 is going to cover that, but $10 is better than nothing. Now I'm going to go back for birthday. I'm going to do let's look at birthday dinner. I'm trying to divide this 9 up so I'm left with 120, or at least something. Okay, so let's see what birthday dinner has. Birthday dinner has 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's make this an even 5. I know that's weird, but let's go ahead and do birthday dinner for $1. So it's just an even 5. This has $2, so let's do an even 10. So 8, 9, 10. So birthday dinner will have 5 and birthday will have 10. Okay, so minus $8. I am left with $120.30. I'm going to come up to here to groceries and put $120. The other thing that I'm going to need is litter and cat food, and those things are going to have to be charged because income just didn't come in. I have nothing in my test requirement funds in my Capital One savings account. So I'm going to go ahead and put test requirements, and I'm going to put the 30 cents. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is make sure that all of this comes out to 0. So I'm back up here at that $184.30. I'm going to subtract 120, and that's $64.30. For my household expenses, that's a total of $10, and I'm left with $54.30. Didn't do anything here. Here on my expenses, a total of $34.30. And I'm left with $20. See, this is why I do this. I messed up somewhere. Let's make sure this is all added correctly. Okay. Somehow I messed up somewhere, so which is good, I guess. Okay, so minus 17, I have $3 left, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this with birthday dinner, making it 4. And then that leaves $0. That was an easy fix, but I wanted to make sure that I was correct. I'm going to do red today. So I'm just going to work down my list of my cash. Okay. So the tithe is going to be a $5 bill. Groceries is going to be 620s like always. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coffee, $5 a month ahead. $5. Classroom, $5. Date night will be 20. My debt/cards will be $5 bill, and 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. Valentine's Day will be $5 and 1, 2, 3 ones. Birthday dinner will be 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. Birthday will be a 5 and 1, 2, 3 ones. I'm gonna add this up real quick, and that is $189. Okay. 7, 5, 6, 7. 0, 0, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is 14 ones. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 35 in fives. And 140. So let's add this up to make sure it matches. So that is all correct. Number of bills 14. That's a total of $14. 7 fives. That's a total of $35. 0. Okay. 7 20s, which equals $140. And then 0, 0. And that's 14, 8, that's 28 bills in total, and that's $189 in total. there you have it. That is my budgeting video for my January 15th paycheck. I really do hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me to be able to get more videos out, and it builds my channel for me. And the more that my channel builds, the more that these videos are put out there to help people. Thank you so much, and as always, hope you have a great rest of the week. Bye.